So Israel comes to the border of the land of Palestine, and Moses is not going to be permitted to go with them, but he appoints Joshua to lead them into that land and to conquer it militarily. The initial entry, of course, to Jericho, God gives them that city, and they wipe out that city, man, woman, and child, and continue to move throughout that land, conquering all those capitals as a way of establishing Israel's presence in the land and dividing it among the people of Israel, so they will have a place from which to begin God's project for reclaiming the world as his kingdom. But Israel, as we're going to learn, didn't follow and didn't do what God told them to do. They didn't wipe out all the people of that land. And so those people became a snare to them, and they were caught up in idolatry. And when things would get bad enough, God would send them a savior called a judge traditionally. And that judge would come and he would deliver the people from whatever oppression they were feeling, and they would move forward. This is the time when Israel is not a kingdom, they're a republic. And God is sending them saviors. He's their ultimate ruler. He's their king in that regard, so a kingdom in that regard. But as a bunch of citizens, they would only have people raised up from among them to save them from their enemies and then establish order in the land. But that's all going to change, because the people of Israel are going to get intimidated by the nations that are around them, and so they're going to go looking for a king, and that's going to bring on a whole new set of difficulties. People have often said that Israel got into the mess they did because they had no king. I believe that's wrong. I believe it's that they would get caught up in idolatry, rejecting their real king, God himself. And so they would be enslaved to other nations and their gods, and then God would have to send a savior to come along, and the people were free to live the way God wanted them to live until they decided that they needed a king to save them from all their enemies around them. I hope you'll keep following, and please subscribe to my channel. It's called Stifling Jesus, and I'm trying to tell the biblical story so that you can understand when Jesus came what it was that he was actually doing in the world. Thank you.